What up, Raffalitos? Welcome back to my channel, and shout out to Allison for being the very first contributor on PayPal. Yay! So you are evidence that someone is taking this content seriously and you're not just an internet troll. When you contribute to this channel, what you're doing is you're saying you take Guyana seriously, you think we are going to be successful with our oil ventures, we're going to become one of the richest countries in South America. So, yay, Allison! One of the privileges of being a patron of Rapid Vlogs is when I travel, when I go, for example, to Europe or North America, you come to Guyana, that is, you will have the privilege of meeting with me or meeting my crew, once I get a crew, of course, and having interaction with Raphael Vlogs. Today I'm going to give you the final installment in this vlog, a series of vlogs in which I'm dealing with the stock markets. So today I'm going to answer a few questions that some viewers had about the Guyana stock market. And these questions have to do with how do you get a company listed on the Guyana Stock Exchange, and what are some of the costs associated with listing a company on the Guyana Stock Exchange. So the first question is, what are the requirements for listing a company on the Guyana Stock Exchange? Well, in fact, this is a good question, because if you have a company, and I have several companies that I'm considering listing on the stock exchange, there are three requirements. One is that your company has to be registered with the Guyana Securities Commission. So this is a commission that is housed in the Bank of Guyana building, and they are responsible for regulating companies. In fact, they're the equivalent of the Securities and Exchange Commission in the New York Stock Exchange. So you have to first register your company with the Guyana Securities Commission in the Bank of Guyana building. The second requirement, requirement number 2, is that you have to have 3 years of audited records. So your company has to have existed for 3 years, and you have to have 3 years of audited records. And although this might be waived, you still have to prove that your company is reputable and reliable, and so you're going to have to provide documentation like a prospectus of your company's your business plan, your management system, and so on. So number 2 is that you really need 3 years of documentation and audited records. Is that you need to be recommended to the Guyana Association of Securities Companies and Intermediaries, GASCI, that is this Guyana stock market. You need to be recommended to the stock market by a broker, so that you need to establish a relationship with one of the 4 brokers so that they can bring your company to GASCI, the Guyana Stock Exchange. So those are the 3 requirements for listing a company. What does it cost to list a company on the Guyana stock market? So the cost of listing a company depends on the size of the company. So there's an initial fee of $1,000 US to $10,000 US to get listed as a publicly traded company on the Guyana stock market. And then there's an annual fee from $750 US to $7,500 US annually to keep your company as a publicly traded company on the Guyana stock market. So one of the things that we do, that I am doing in Guyana, is I'm also running a business and starting companies. And I have a holding company called Blueberry Group, the Blueberry Group of Companies, which houses the various startup companies and startup ideas that I have. And right now there are 4 companies, 4 businesses that I've registered. They are Blueberry Solar, there's a website for that. There's Medical Biosciences, there's the Medical Imaging Institute, and there's Zero Entropy Research Systems. So these four entities right now are simply sole proprietorships, but eventually we're going to make them incorporate them and make them companies, and I am considering launching this company, in other words taking it public on the Guyana Stock Exchange within the next few months to few years, depending on how well they do, and then eventually we'll probably spin off individual companies into their own full-fledged stock trading public companies. So that is the idea behind what I'm doing in Guyana. So this is the final vlog in the series of vlogs dealing with the stock market, but I'd be quite happy to do additional vlogs on the Guyana stock market or the US stock market. If you would be interested in this kind of content, let me know by leaving a comment below or contact me via email. You can also find me on social media. My handles on Facebook are Delano Raphael, that's my name on Facebook, but I also have the Solar Energy Forum, sponsored by Blueberry Solar, one of my companies. I also have Medical Biosciences on Facebook. That's my Facebook page for the Medical Biosciences company. And then there is the Medical Imaging Institute, which is currently on Facebook as the Medical Imaging Program. My handle on Instagram is Raf's Blueberry Group, and my handle on Twitter is Raf in NYC. So you can also follow me on other social media, and let me know if you'd like to see more content like this. In the comments below, tell me whether in fact you would like to participate in the Guyana stock market, whether you would want to list your publicly traded company or take your company public on the Guyana stock market, and tell me whether you would like to participate in some of the projects that the Blueberry Group, that is Raphael Vlogs, is undertaking in Guyana. And remember, if you want to support this channel, you can do so on Patreon and on PayPal. Thanks to my very first contributor, Allison, on PayPal. Later!